Good morning from lovely Arkansas in the Ozarks, in the heart of the Ozarks that we are. I'm here today with my youngest Ute, and if you need to know what a Ute is, watch my cousin Vinny. What my Ute here is tasked to do is to take this lovely camper behind us and turn it into as many teeny tiny pieces as is possible. And to do that, we'll be using this lovely Kubota B26 backhoe. Now, this is kind of a training session because this will be the first time ever on a backhoe. So anyway, let's get started and see just how many pieces we can get this camper torn into. After a chilly morning, it is warming up to be a decent day. I got the, between my daughter and I, we got the old camper tore down and pretty well cleaned up. Take a look at it. My dog has to look through and make sure that she isn't missing anything. But got the area all graded. I have some rocks to pick up over there and set off to the side for being able to use them for stonework. I have some more grading back there to do. I'm going to have to bring some topsoil from back where my shop is. I got one tree that is mostly cut down. That was actually keeping the camper from tipping over. I've got a couple more stumps to remove. I've actually removed, I think, 4 pretty big ones so far. There's looks like 3 or 4 left. So what I did is to sort everything into a pile of trash for one. Some scrap iron here, and a bunch of scrap aluminum from the siding that I'll take to a recycler on Tuesday. Any of the wood that was in it, we pretty much sorted out, and my ute was the fire master burning wood yesterday, and also the stumps. The stumps that we have removed, I pulled out 2 or 3 yesterday, and then a couple again today. And got them in the fire circle. So later on today, I'm sure we'll be getting into more stumps, and there is a technique that we use now for making our fire raging and roaring that is being displayed here right this very moment. Those big stumps, especially since they were killed in December and January, most of them, some of them even in March, still have a lot of moisture in them, so we have to keep a pretty raging fire going just in order to be able to burn them. The one there on top will probably still take 2 to 3 days to burn up completely. And then my next project will be to do some more cleanup, to move some rocks, and then go back and start excavation on the barn. Stay tuned. Hello, I am back with you on a fine summer day in Arkansas. As I understand it, May turned out to be one of the coolest and wettest months in Arkansas history for the month of May. It has been torrentially raining here. It seems like at least a couple of times a week, sometimes for days on end, and sometimes just absolutely pouring, to where the ground is really saturated. I can't use the rhino to do an awful lot of travel. Today, fortunately, is dry enough that I'm able to do that. I am working on clearing a trail that will end up back at my barn. And I am a ways from it here, probably another 275 feet in that direction is where I connect with as far as I've made the trail from the other end. So that will end up being my trail for hauling logs and such as I clear out dead timber out of here. I've actually done a lot of clearing. What I'm doing is going through, first of all, and spraying weeds with triclopyr, and after they've died, I'll mow them down and then replant in a shady mix grass seed, which so far seems to be working pretty well. The spots that I've planted the grass is already starting to come up. I know it's going to take years and years of continually killing weeds and these doggone thorny brambles that are just everywhere that grow from the ground well up into the trees. They're hard to kill. They're hard to kill because their leaves, you don't see them until they are well up into the trees and well up into the light. So they're really difficult to kill. So what I've been doing is to cut them off, pull them down out of the trees, and then as the new growth starts, spray that to try to get rid of it. That's what I'm working on. My son-in-law is he's splitting some firewood today to bring back to Colorado with him. I've got my oldest daughter's family here with me for the past 4 or 5 days, and my youngest is with me too, and being very helpful in a lot of the tasks that I've needed to do here. And then also enjoys driving the rhino around, playing on the zip line, and being a typical teenager. So let's keep on going, and we made it this far. Let's see if we can build some more trail, cut some wood out of the way, and maybe do a little bit of mowing in a little while. I also hear in the background a neighbor who's doing some trail blazing too on my neighboring property. Everybody's busy today, taking advantage of dry weather. Stay tuned. Looks like I've got 3 or 4 trees to take down here to continue the trail up there. I'll get out the big chainsaw for that one. Today I'm using a Husqvarna 50 that I've had for I think close to 30 years. It's been a pretty darn good saw for, especially for cutting firewood and such. For anything big it isn't worth much. It's only got an 18-inch bar on it. But for these things that are 4 to 6 and 8 inches in diameter, it does just fine. So I'll cut down a few trees. I ran out of battery doing that time lapse. Sorry about that. Didn't get to see a lot of this, I guess. But I got another 40, maybe 50 feet of trail cleared. Ready for the future. I think I'm going to call this all for this episode. If you liked it, please give me the thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and stay tuned for another episode. I've got a feeling the next episode will be some time though, because I've got to catch up on work in Colorado before I can come back here. So until then, have a great life.